I had this question rolling through email, and I'm very excited to dissect it. It's, why do Canadians say sorry a lot? Why do Canadians apologize? I mean, for those of you that don't know, here's a bit of a background. If you walk into a store, a Canadian bumps into you, they will say sorry. And generally, the joke is if someone bumps into you, you'll probably say sorry too if you're a Canadian. And, you know, I'm guilty of it too. I'm a Canadian, born in Canada. And if I'm passing somebody or moving by, I'll say so. Usually excuse me, but sometimes sorry. So what's the reason for this? Because I know it can be very strange for a newcomer to see this, or you might not notice it, but you may have heard about it. So it's just at the core of who we are. Canadians are very conflict adverse, and I read about this online on CBC and a few other websites that try to dissect this. And they said British settlement and like a whole bunch of doesn't make sense. What really made sense and resonated with me is that Canadians A, don't like conflict. B, we don't like to be the instigators of conflict, which is much bigger. See, not liking conflict is fine, but you'll see a lot of Canadians fight, get into arguments, and be on YouTube. But for the most part, other than a select few in Canada, people don't like to be the instigators of conflict. You don't want to be the person creating the conflict, which is why the culture of political correctness, in my opinion, is so huge. Because the biggest thing is, if you're not politically correct, you pose the threat of offending somebody and therefore instigating a conflict, starting a conflict. So obviously it exists throughout North America, it exists in the US, but if we look at political correctness in North America, more or less it's going to be coming from Canada. I don't even need to speak much about it, not to talk ill of the United States. I mean, I'm not even I don't even have much of an opinion when it comes to political correctness. I'm not a very sensitive person myself, so I just try to do what helps other people. But at the same time, if you look around North America, it's really Canada that's I'd say the most politically correct, and that goes that goes right into our culture and the way we treat other people. So if you're wondering why Canadians say sorry all the time, it's that, hey, you know, if there's a shadow of we want to make sure there's no beyond a shadow of a doubt we haven't created a problem, and if there's a tiny possibility that we could have created a conflict or made someone slightly sad, we'll say sorry and accept the blame for it, just to be done with the situation. I know some people, they think saying sorry is a weakness or a detriment, but it's really not. And being a Canadian, being able to see this, it was actually interesting. I've never asked myself that question before, which is why I'm so happy this question rolled in through email. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about that? If you're not from Canada, what does that mean to you? Is that a strange thing? Does that happen in your country? What are the courtesies in your country? And if you're from Canada, tell me why you think Canadians say sorry so much. Again, be sure to subscribe and smash a notification bell, and thanks for watching.